Now let's take a look at the iPhone, and more specifically, if you should care about the battery health. Because it's kind of a more important topic whenever you're buying used iPhones, and the battery plays an important role, of course, when using a device in general, but should you really pay a lot of attention to this number? So if you go to the settings to the battery, you can see battery health, and for me it's 88%. So you can see that it has peak performance capability, and this is a measure of battery capacity relative to when it was new. But a general rule of thumb is, of course, the bigger number the better, but as it crosses below 80%, this is when things get serious. Once you get below to like 79%, you're gonna get the message in here that your iPhone doesn't run on the peak performance simply because it doesn't have the capacity of the battery to do so. So of course, when buying a used iPhone, it's just not gonna be possible that you're gonna find 100%. Of course, maybe if someone hasn't even used that device, but if somebody's been using an iPhone for a year or so, then chances are that it's not going to be 100%, and it's going to be about 90, 85, 88% in that range. So of course, if you're buying a used iPhone, this is okay. 88%, I would say it's okay. You don't need to worry about it that much. Of course, if you plan on selling this device in the future, perhaps you should also consider like saving the battery life, like treating the battery properly so it doesn't get below 80%, where it would be obvious that the battery needs to be replaced. So if you intend on reselling the iPhone after some time, then of course, like I said, pay attention to the battery and make sure that it gets charged properly. Don't overcharge it so that the battery health doesn't go down any further. Besides that, what's also really important is that your battery can easily be replaced. Like, of course, you can go ahead and purchase an original battery and let it like repair and go to some kind of service and let them replace it. However, what you should pay attention to is that they are an authorized service. That means that they don't damage your iPhone, because if they're gonna open it up, then they need to seal it back properly just so it stays water resistant and waterproof even. So this is what you gotta do. And also another thing about it is that the original service is going to make sure that actual battery is original one and it's done properly. If not, the iPhone is going to recognize that it's some kind of replica of the original battery, and it's going to show you that it's not a real deal, like perhaps that it cannot even work properly. So a lot of times when you buy a second-hand display panel, the iPhone is going to tell you that no, this is not the original one. And if you plan on selling the iPhone, then somebody can check it out and yeah, immediately they know that something has been going on with this iPhone. So these, I would say, are some kind of things that you should definitely pay attention to. And yes, whenever you're buying used iPhone, always ask for the battery health information so that you can know what's really going on and if you should purchase this device or not. But if the real question is, should you pay attention to the battery health? Yes, you should, of course, make sure that when you're buying an iPhone, it's not below 80%, because then it gets a little bit critical. But I don't believe that there is a big difference between 95 or 93, 88. I mean, it's pretty okay. Of course, everything depends on the way the phone has been used, but it's not a deal breaker. I would still buy a secondhand iPhone which has like 88 or 85% of battery health even. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Foxtecc Devices, and we can see each other in the future.